You are welcome, Mr. Felix.
Morning, sir. Well,
It's been a long time.
well, not how it is.
We are looking at what transpired in Nigeria yesterday. This is a trend media view where we look at political happenings in Nigeria, Africa, and globally. If you are new to this channel, kindly like, share, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell. I will ask you this directly. You understand that you're a political analyst and you witness the elections. Mr. Felix, are you satisfied with the judgment that came out of Nigerian presidential election petition tribunal yesterday?
Capital N-O. No.
What are the reasons?
The reason that my reasons are that the judges are not they didn't do things the way they are supposed to do things. Number one, talking about the INEC have the right. Listen, the INEC have the right to choose whatever method they want to use. It's wrong. It's wrong. Why did you not deceive the youth that you are going to transmit results electronically? Why? And I am being saddened, like see that result has already been written down, just to come and what and pass the judgment. And I want to say this is that if what happened to Ekweremadu in abroad is in Nigeria, that thing happened, do you know that Ekweremadu will not be in jail in Nigeria? Our judiciary are not being their bias. And I stand to be corrected on this platform that whatever they do, we stand against them. They are not setting any precedent now.
But let me show you this. It's an article of these rigging allegations not proved. Because we understand that in an election petition tribunal or in the case of a court, you need evidence. Does it mean it's because Obi and Atiku could not gather some evidence to prosecute their case?
Hello, sir. Obi, Atiku, they requested for the CTC, which they gave to them, and they came back and they discovered that most of those things they use for their they were not human beings. They were how would I call it? It's something like
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial something that are there, and they came back with their polling agent results, and they went one after the other forensic audit, and they were able to bring out 8,000 out. And this judge said, we are crashing everything, and they are telling Nigeria, listen, the most anointing is that they said Tinubu that the dual citizen, that it is not proven. Someone that have international passport of a country
For another country.
and INEC, the judges have said it was not proven. Tinubu did not deny that. Then another one in the case of the criminal case in America. Look at what the judges said. The judges said that if it was a criminal case, but that is not criminal, it's a civil case. Why America gave him visa? America gave him invitation. Is that not stupidity on our judges? Is that not stupidity on our judges? And I want to say this. The way our judiciary are going, the military will take over. Because by the time they take over, they cannot stand their ground. Yesterday from the media, I heard that they've attacked one of the judges. They've gone to attack one of the judges' residents. And I want to say this, that give the people what they want. People are saying they don't want Tinubu, but they did not vote for him. Where did the vote come from?
Now, I will ask you, Mr. Felix, in the light of all you have said, we understand that Obi and Atiku has the right of appeal to the Supreme Court. We encourage them to explore that right.
We are going to the Supreme Court. The reason why we are going to the Supreme Court, the both parties are going to the Supreme Court. The reason why they are going to the Supreme Court is that they want to set a precedent. Look at what they said about FCT, 24%. They said it's like any other state.
So you want Supreme Court to give its own interpretation?
If Supreme Court give their own interpretation, you understand? Because from what I saw yesterday is a play off of something that has been agreed. That has been agreed. That, yeah, this is what you do.
It's a script that already they have been written down.
Yes, it's a script that has already been written down. How can a judgment started around 10? It ended at about after 10 yesterday night. Almost like 12 hours. What is it? There's something wrong somewhere. You come like this technicality. You look at the technicalities. I want to say this: if the way we are, if this is the way our judges, if the way our judges are going about, they are not helping Nigerian democracy. And now, democracy should be selecting people they want.
Now, Mr. Felix, let me ask you this. You have said Obi and Atiku should explore their right of appeal.
Yes.
Going to Supreme Court for Supreme Court to give its own interpretation in all the areas of contention.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you this. If you find that it did not go their way at the level of Supreme Court, come 2027, do you encourage a merger of all the major opposition parties? I'm talking about PDP and Atiku, Labour Party and Obi, and perhaps NPP and Kwankwaso. Do you encourage something?
You know what? As I don't know how I'm going to put this. There's going to be a merger of party in 2027 that will flush away this evil party. That will flush away evil party called APC, Association of Past Criminals. They are not allowing the poor to breathe. This is a party that has come to kill, to destroy, and to damage everything. Look at Unilag yesterday. They were protesting. School fees of 19,000. They increased it to 190,000. And the police started shooting, tearing the students. Are you saying the students don't have right to protest? And you are telling allow the poor to breathe. Who are they deceiving? Mr. Matthew, by the special grace of God, APC will not stand the time of 2027. And I pray it will come to pass.
Now, conclusively, Mr. Felix, the President, Senator Bola Armed Tinubu at APC says this is victory for democracy. And some school of thought say it's a dark day for democracy. Where do you belong?
It's a black day for democracy. It's a black day for democracy. Why I say it's a black day for democracy is that the government of the day, if this document, if this judgment you are not supposed to be heard in Nigeria, if it was outside, you will see the transparency. You will see the reality on ground. You see the reality on ground, and they will interpret it the way. You know, yesterday I was telling them on this thing that if they do this thing based on the constitution, that the reverse will be the case. But this was a program judgment that was written down. That's my take, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Felix.
Thank you, sir.
If you are new to this program, kindly like, share, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell. Thank you very much. So, good morning, my SC viewers. This is a Trend Media View, and this program is Trend Conversation. With me is the Punch newspaper. This program will look at the major happenings in Africa, in Nigeria, and globally. Recall that yesterday, the presidential election petition in Nigeria ruled in the petition of P2B of Labour Party and Atiku of PDP challenging the victory of Senator Bola Armed Tinubu as declared by INEC. And what I have on the front page here says Atiku Obi plan appeal as election tribunal dashes bid to sack Tinubu. The writer is saying Atiku Obi's rigging allegation not proved. E-transmission not compulsory, says Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. It is victory for democracy. Tinubu APC hail judgment. Labour Party Atiku film fourth tribunal. Mr. Chidodubaka, you are welcome to this program.
Good morning, viewers.
Let us quickly look at, I know you are a political analyst, a journalist. You understand the political system in Nigeria. But let me ask you, are you satisfied with the judgment that came out from the presidential election petition tribunal yesterday?
Well, if I tell you that I am, that will be doing injustice to a lot of people who.
But you know what, as a discussion, as a journalist who monitor the election, who witness the election, I ask again, are you satisfied with this judgment?
I am not. That's the truth. I am not satisfied. The reason why I'm not satisfied is that we were thinking that this judgment will follow the law, but at the end of the day, we will discover that the law was not followed, that they just went ahead to pass judgment without digging deep to find out where, how they can, go about doing the right thing in terms of justice. What we are Nigerians are asking for is justice, not judgment. If they bring justice to Nigerians, Nigerians will know that at least to an extent the tribunal were fair. Time time has actually, I don't think at this time around people should be talking about technicalities in matters that has to do, with the collective destiny of a nation like Nigeria. The judgment is really disturbing, though we have seen it, that even the former Chief Justice Mary Adley, preempted the judgment, so to say, and at the end of the day, we have seen the direction. The whole APC big names, big heads, we are all there. Like they knew what was going to happen. They knew that the thing is going to go on their favor. They were quite sure. So it shows that if care is not taken, that the judiciary itself is already on trial, based on what happened, yesterday. Though to an extent, I believe that the angle of some of the things that the judgment stated was actually for certain interests, or it shows that something actually went wrong that a lot of Nigerians might not be privy to. But I want to add this thing very clearly. Where does this thing take Nigerians to? We will continue this process from this to the Supreme. At the end of the day, that's how it goes and goes and goes. At the end of the day, Nigeria is not. You see, the judiciary has brought a lot of uncertainty on Nigerians, because if they have been doing the right thing, we shouldn't be having certain people on the position of authority, in this country, because the judiciary would have found a way, to make sure that justice, not even judgment, the rule of law are being followed in some of these things we are talking about. But yesterday, I tell you that for certain people they are winners anyway, but for certain people they are losers. But if you want to lose, you want to see that justice is being done, based on what the law says. But we didn't see it happen. The most of the things here, they was on the opposite side, and they look at the issue, even when the issue of forfeiture came up, the suspect himself acknowledged, but they went there and said, a lot of
Ask. We understand that the election tribunal or cases in court is based on evidence. And for all you are seeing here, the tribunal says Article of this rigging allegation not proved. They say they went on why the allegation and they could not tender evidences of how the election was rigged or prove the polling units where election was rigged. In the light of that, do you still fought the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal?
I will still fault them. The reason why I will fault them is this, you know, based, they are saying that there's no evidence at all tendered by these opposition political parties, so to say. Based on that, they capitalized that to pass, you know, the judgment we are just witnessing. You understand? I don't believe that there's no evidence. I think to an extent there was evidence, you know. But what I'm saying that the judiciary, they have a way of doing their own thing. They have a way of just doing their own thing, their own way, the way it suits their interest.
Okay, if I may ask, what do you advise Obi and Atiku? Do you advise them to surrender and congratulate Tinubu or go on appeal?
Why should they surrender
and congratulate?
No,
it's a question.
No, I will not. If I were Obi or Atiku in that position, I will not do that, because there are still options for me. I can still appeal. I can still say I am not satisfied with this judgment. I can still say I'm not satisfied with this judgment. I can appeal. I can go to. There's still an opportunity to, you know, still pursue that matter to a logical conclusion. This is at least come from the Supreme Court that this is the position of the law in this regard. So everything will be very clear. I will not take that, you know, because as I'm talking to you, the consciousness of every Nigerians were yesterday where everybody was praying to see a new president. But that unfortunately did not, you know, come to fruition, and it's quite disappointing.
Now, in the event that Obi goes on appeal, and perhaps Atiku goes on appeal, and the judgment at the level of Supreme Court did not go in their favor, do you encourage the likes of Obi, Atiku, even Kwankwaso to form alliance against APC in the next round of election, which is likely going to come up in 2027?
There are speculations in that regard.
No, what I'm saying, do you encourage them to form such alliance?
What alliance is it with? Political party is not the problem. Forming political party is not the problem. The problem is who and who are going to be part of that political party. I do not subscribe to any political party. If Nigeria has conscience, they should know what to do. Among all these people we have seen, Nigerians are rooting for one particular person. The youth of this country are rooting for one particular person. They have seen in that person hope, capacity, intelligence. You know, and if there is anything in that nature, forming coalition, you know, I think they should sit down and look at Labour Party, you know, and possibly drive their strength towards that direction by championing somebody. You know, I look at Kwankwaso was also disappointed. You know, Atiku is also disappointed. But look at what happened. They underrated Obi. But Obi solely marketed himself to Nigerians, and the Nigerians saw hope in him. Even Kwankwaso regretted why he didn't come up as vice president to PEPT then. So I think now Obi, if you look at the opinion poll, Obi is ahead of Kwankwaso and Atiku currently now. And even Tinubu, so to say, if not the way Nigerian judiciary, you know, has been, you know, dealing with Nigerians, you know, often and on when it comes to election matters like this.
Now let's look at this rider that says each transmission not compulsory says Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. Though that is not in doubt, because we understand that the Electoral Act gives the umpire the discretion to decide the mode of transmission. But the argument at the time they were doing the election was that the umpire already came up with their guideline, and they said they were going to transmit the election results electronically. In the light of not transmitting the election results electronically, relying on their promise and what the court have ruled, what do you have to say?
That is what I'm saying, Baba. Is there anything like constitution in this country? This thing being put in place, creating this kind of window for eventualities like that, so that they will have excuses, you know, to destroy the people's mandate. I knew, go and watch the video, the clips are everywhere. Go and see how Yakub Mahmood marketed e-transmission, electronic transmission. He even told us to stay at home, that everything will be and vote, everything will be transmitted. But at the end of the day, we didn't see that happen. And the judges there are not saying that it's optional. Why didn't the people come out and tell Nigerians as at that time it is optional? So these are the lacuna, these are the things that when we look at, when we see, we begin to wonder whether Nigeria is actually serious to move, to advance as a nation, politically, economically, and otherwise. And when you begin to see all these things, look at 21st century, instead of to base the judgment based on law, what the law says deeply, you are now basing it based on technicality in a matter like this.
Now, Mr. President, let me see whether you agree or disagree with this. It is victory for democracy. This is coming from Tinubu and APC as a whole judgment. Do you agree with them? Because some people say it's a bad day for democracy. Now we are saying here, Tinubu and APC saying it's victory for democracy. Which side of the divide are you? Victory for democracy or black day for democracy?
I would say that it is not victory for democracy, because democracy did not prevail. We have seen democracy in different parts of the world. We have seen democracy in Niger. We have seen democracy in Gabon. We have seen democracy in Burkina Faso. We have seen democracy in so many that has not worked. We have seen democracy where a particular family has been ruling a country for over 2, 3, 4 decades, and people are still calling it democracy. Now, in this regard now, sir, in this regard, what I'm saying is not victory for democracy. When you say this victory for democracy, it means that the people wish, will, expectation, mandate are taken into consideration. So how will you not say it is victory for democracy? It is victory for democracy for those who manipulated, who find their way in one way or the other, to where they are, and they are claiming that, well, it is victory for democracy for them. But for Nigeria, majority of Nigerians, everybody is still moody. Everybody is still wondering what actually happened in the presidential election tribunal yesterday. People are still wondering how come that this judgment when this. Yes, they call themselves learned men. We have seen how learned they are. We have seen how they put themselves on trial. Nigerians are watching. But the only option is that I would advise the Labour Party presidential candidate, in his wisdom, to weigh both sides of the coin and see whether he is going to appeal it. The same thing goes to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, the PDP presidential candidate, to also do the same in like manner. And at the Supreme, it is fair. This government has not benefited Nigeria. I'm telling you, I am giving you a grassroots reportage based on findings on ground. APC government for the few days, for the few months, in fact, has failed and has failed completely. Why Nigerians should know that something actually transpired yesterday was the number of APC that were in the tribunal yesterday. You begin to imagine how come
So I'm going to tell you that we are seeing judgment in favor of other political parties. Because from what we are seeing here, even if it's not directly on this page, we understand that Thatcher Udua won senatorial election in Kogi State against the person that was declared winner from APC. Does that mean we are gradually seeing justice?
No, we are not seeing, we have not. That's the simple truth. You have not. If somebody,
I think we can see here, say tribunal.
That is what I'm saying.
National Assembly.
That is what I'm saying.
That GDP means one.
Most of these things come with, the person who is in charge. I'm not telling you that all the judges all over the world in Nigeria are corrupt. there are people too who has image to protect. There are people who doesn't care about image. Look at the revelation of one man in the National Assembly, how his wife was being compromised because his wife is a judge in this country. How money flows. Nigerians may not know what is going on, but how will you be able to sense actually when they begin to show their body language with the way things were moved around the tribunal yesterday? We discovered that a lot of APC people, a lot of them were there. It is a sign that something actually went wrong, or something happened that brought their interest to that extent. So what I'm saying is this: if you are looking at the issue of whether in some certain area, like in the anchor, the convener of this program said that something happened, what happened in Kogi. Well, it might be that the judge there, have conscience and he look at it thoroughly. This and me, I need to do justice, and justice was done. That's the way I see it. If Nigerians believe in justice, how come that police will just arrest anybody on the street and take him to the police station? From there, he goes to jail. Now everybody goes for him. Now, it's wrong.
As a journalist, as a political affairs analyst, and as someone who monitored the election during that presidential election, what is your advice to Nigerians on 2027?
Sustainability. Let the zeal, the consciousness, the seriousness to transform Nigeria through the power system continue. I do one election in Lagos State, one in Abuja, one in all the military units across the nation. I don't know what they are talking about. Or suddenly they say 25% does not count. Well, that's okay. But what I'm saying is this: they should sustain the tempo. We want change. We want direction. Nigeria has so much way to transform this nation. And we have tested the two political parties, for over the years, and they have failed and failed roughly. The same line that Tinubu is going now is the same line that Buhari you follow. It's the same thing. I said, I know what Buhari said. Nigeria is patient. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. At the end of the day, he did virtually nothing. They are starting with the propaganda again, and the Nigerians, especially the youth, forget the old men that doesn't want to live there because of what has looted, because of what they are gaining over the years. But the Nigerian youth, don't go outside and go inside. Whether you belong to Yoruba or Hausa or Igbo, forget about the differences of ethnicity or tribalism. Let us champion a particular cause to drive Nigeria to proper development. Here, our ballot box, that is to say, using PVC to do the right thing, the right way. That is my advice to Nigerians. They should brace up for the challenges ahead and fit up and know that God, at the end of the day, can do miracles. We are still, the matter is still going to the Supreme. So all hope is not lost. All hope is not lost yet. Okay.
Thank you very much, if you are new to the program, kindly like, share, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell. Thank you very much. These are my essence viewers. This is Trend Media Views, where we look at the political happenings in Nigeria, in Africa, and globally. And we are looking at the trending issue in Nigeria. This is Trend Conversation. The program. If you are new to this channel, kindly like, share, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell. Mr. Charles, I will not waste your time. I will dive straight into the judgment that came from the presidential election petition tribunal yesterday. We are seeing that the president, Mr. Bola Armed Tinubu, emerged victorious, and the tribunal is telling us here that Atiku obese leading allegations not proved. Do you agree with the tribunal?
Well, once again, good morning, Mr. Matthew. Even before the judgment, we should have known that we can only experience judgment in Nigeria here. There's nothing like justice. We have not been able to see justices in Nigeria, justice in Nigeria prevailing in different angles. What we have seen in a situation like this is that a lot of things have been going wrong, both from the judiciary and depending on where we can find ourselves. The Nigerian judiciary are people whom a lot of common Nigerians should have had much more confidence on. But when you look at the totality, they have just failed Nigeria because we have not been able to see justice in Nigeria. Okay, you said that you are only expecting few individuals that you don't have business with the court, with the judgment, you are not allowed to come into the court premises. But we have seen a situation where there is always a preferential treatment based on the courts, based on the judgment, a lot of them who are allowed, based on the political parties who will be allowed to come in. So, what pictures and what are the things and what are the things you are trying to preach or to give to the entire nation? You are trying to tell the nation that there's nothing but there's a professional treatment in terms of the judgment you have just given yesterday. Then, based on the judgment, I am not surprised with whatever that happened yesterday because even with time, I have known that this is exactly what will happen. Because you should have known that a sitting government who most of these justices are nothing but they are being paid, they are paid under the so-called the president himself. So you should not be expecting much more justices from them because a lot of them will be very, very much judging and afraid, not for them to lose their jobs and their lives. So I am the judgment we saw yesterday was not even in order. Constitutionally, it was not even in order. Somebody brought in a case. You know, the lacuna, the gap you can see between the both parties, the gap you can see between the ordinary Nigerians, the common Nigerians, and the Nigerian judiciary is very, very much wide. Look at a man who claims that he was robbed, a man who got about how many percent, the highest vote in Lagos State here, and a man who got the highest vote in Abuja, being the federal capital territory, decided to tell you that he has won this election perfectly. But what did he do? He decided to trash whatever he has gotten before the tribunal by saying that it lacks what you call local standing, and there's no specific place they have mentioned. There's no specific place he has mentioned that this is the place where the election was rigged. So you can see.
They say he was not able to prove his case.
That is the he was not specific on the area. So you can see, Nigerian judiciary have just failed us. We don't have much confidence on them anymore.
Now, Mr. Charles, I want to know where you belong. Tinubu and APC say this is victory for democracy. There's a school of thought that say it is a dark day for democracy. Where do you belong?
Well, my brother,
is it victory for democracy?
It is not victory for democracy because this is not democracy. Let me tell you, Abraham Lincoln says in 80s, he says competition is the engine wire of development. If you don't compete, you cannot develop. And this competition we are talking about is part of what? Democracy. Because the essence of democracy is for you and I to come out and compete with each other. If you cannot compete democratically, it means that we are not practicing democracy. But we have seen a situation whereby a lot of individuals decided to come out and compete, but they were not given that platform to express themselves. Now, you are saying that this is a victory for democracy, but I'm not seeing democracy existing in Africa. I am not seeing democracy existing in Africa.
Now, ask another question.
Go on.
Do you have confidence in Nigerian judiciary?
Like I said earlier, I don't have any confidence on them because with whatever that we have seen, things that we have seen, Nigerian judiciary have just failed us totally because there's no justice anymore. A common man cannot even go to the street and beat his chest confidently that he has even you and I knows. We know the truth that we don't have much confidence on the Nigerian judiciary because a lot of judgment have gone. Forget about this electoral tribunal that just took place yesterday. Aside from that, there's a lot of judgment which we have seen that these people have handled sporadically without even going contrary to whatever judgment and whatever justice, and justice cannot even prevail anymore. So I am not even having much more confidence. I used to say it time without number. I don't have confidence on Nigerian judiciary because these people, they are just mere human beings like us that can go in with sad bars. At the end of the day, you find out that
No, considering the fact that you don't have confidence in Nigerian judiciary, what do you advise a be an article to do? Should they go on appeal to Supreme Court?
well, the best thing for them to do, if you can weigh things out, you balance the equation. If you know that justice has not been given to you and you feel that you also have another upper court or the highest court that you can go, that is the Supreme Court in Nigeria. If you think that that place can also give you justice, fine and good. But to my own best advice, let him go and rest. Let him go and sit down. Forget about the election. Everything has happened. Even if it happens to go there, even if it happens to go to just Supreme Court, I don't think there's nothing like
Should
this.
we congratulate you?
Congratulations is another different case here. When case, let me bring you now to what happened between Buhari and what's his name, Jonathan. Jonathan, I have to congratulate him because immediately after the election, there was nothing like court injunction, there was nothing like this. Somebody like Jonathan, as a gentleman, you have to go there and congratulate this young man. But this one, the case is still there at the court. So you do not have any right to go and congratulate this young man. Let him think very well. If you think before you congratulate somebody like Tinubu, you have to ask yourself, do I really want to continue with this judgment by appealing? Or should I just quit and congratulate my opponent? It's as simple as that. So you can't just congratulate somebody that you know and you feel that maybe you have the intention of going further for the judgment. So I don't think it's quite right for him to start going up there to start congratulating anybody.
Now, finally, some have argued that we are likely seeing justice in Nigeria gradually. Because we are seeing, they say tribunals.
Yes,
APC, as you can see here,
yes, that's a senatorial woman that
APC loses to National Assembly seats. PDP wins one.
my brother, there's nothing. We are not
gradually seeing
there's
justice.
nothing like justice in Nigeria. The justice in
APC as the ruling party is now losing National Assembly seats to opposition party. Does that not mean justice?
there's nothing like justice in Nigeria anymore, my brother. Let's be honest and let's tell ourselves the truth. We don't have justices in Nigeria. There's no justice in Nigeria anymore. What we are experiencing is nothing but injustices all over. Forget the fact that a young woman who was born and raised in abroad that came back and she was doing very, very good in Kogi State, right? She came back and a ruling party, she had to defeat a ruling party and became the senator. One of the senatorial members there in one of the senatorial districts in Kogi State. Forget about that one. Maybe the whole handwriting has been on the board that this woman clearly won everything. And they know that they cannot upturn the election. Nigerian judiciary, I don't have, like I will continue to say it every day, every now and then. I don't have confidence in Nigerian judiciary. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, my active viewers. This is Trend Media View. If you are new to this program, kindly like, share, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell. Thank you very much. We are equally continuing the program. We have been looking at the judgment that came from the Presidential Election Tribunal yesterday. And my active viewers, this Trend Media View. If you are new to this program, kindly like, share, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell. I will not waste your time. I will dive straight into the question. We have here the President, Senator Bola Armed Tinubu, and the APC say this is a victory for democracy. And Obi Atiku rejects the outcome of the judgment. Do you agree that this is victory for democracy?
Thank you. I think the tribunal gave their judgment yesterday, and their judgment was based, in my estimation, on the evidences that were before them, and that was from there that they pronounced their judgment. Victory for democracy depends on how you want to look at it. For me, it's a mixed bag. For me, it's a mixed bag in the sense that there wouldn't have been any issue in approaching the courts in the first instance if the electoral process have been so transparent enough. And I think that is the issue I'm having with the entire thing.
It means the umpire is the problem.
The umpire for me has become a stumbling block to free and fair election in this country, and having to prove beyond reasonable doubt before the tribunal is an Herculean task, and I think that's where the challenge is. If the umpire has been very responsible in their approach to that election, we will not be talking about what we are seeing now. So there's a lot to be done about the process to make it indeed very transparent, so that the courts will not be determining fate rather than instead of the ballots doing so.
I think that was the position of the PDP chieftain, body judge.
Okay.
That should get a point where the court should not be the one determining who wins an election in Nigeria. But let me quickly ask you, in the light of what has happened, do you have confidence in Nigerian judiciary?
To a large extent, I do, and I want to be more explicit about that. Our laws are full of they call it lacuna, full of vacuums that people can explore, and those that craft these laws did it deliberately. Don't forget, we are dealing with some of these guys have become principalities. That's the way I choose to call them. They know the implication of some of the things they crafted into our laws. They see some of those things, but they deliberately left it there. And I'll give you an instance. Prior to the election, the impression was that the transmission, INEC kept hammering on transmission. As a matter of fact, that was what gave a lot of people that have already given up on our electoral process to come in again and say, no, this time around, it seems we're having a lot of innovations. That boosted the confidence of the people. But those that crafted this transmission thing into our electoral process knew that it has no legal base. It is not tenable in the court of law, and they deliberately left it there. So whatever transmission, and that is why they can afford to tell us that INEC is at liberty to either to transmit or not to transmit and all of that. And because it is not having a legal backing, the courts have to abide with what INEC says. And I think for me it is unfortunate.
Conclusively, let me ask you, in the light of your position with your confidence in judiciary, do you encourage Obi Atiku to go on appeal?
Why not? They should.
There's appeal to Supreme Court.
Yes, they should. It is their right to so do. They should explore that right, and whatever Supreme Court pronounce has become a law itself. And so let's have some of this interpretation. Let them become laws of our land. And I think history is there to posterity is there to judge everyone involved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother.
Hosanna Bukole, Hallelujah. Hosanna Bukole.
My name is Deborah Abiodun. I am Adebola Akinbright's mom, the boy with the missing intestine at Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, Lagos. It all started in March when he had ruptured appendix. We had to take him to a private hospital at Ilepo, Obitox Hospital, and the surgery was done. After 2 weeks, he was discharged, and we were going on our life normally. Unfortunately, after 3 months, he came with a complication of intestinal obstruction, which we had to take to the same hospital, and he was also operated on. But unfortunately, after 7 days that the doctor at the private hospital gave us, there was a leak. There was still leak coming out from the intestine. So the man said he would bring a professor at last suit. So we got to last suit on the 14th of June, and another surgery was done on the 17th of July. That is around 27 days after. It was after the surgery that the lead surgeon called us that they did not see small intestine in my son's body. The question is how? What happened? How did that happen? When did the small intestine got missing? And that is the question I've been asking as a mother since 17th of July up till this present moment. And none of the doctors, either private or the ones at last, have been able to provide answers. I am calling on Nigerians. I am calling on Nigerians to help me call on Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to help me look into my case and help me save Adebola's life. Adebola's life is at stake. The boy is struggling to survive. I'm calling on Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to please come and help me save my boy. He needs to be saved now while he is alive. The boy has been feeding, the boy couldn't absorb any nutrients because there is loss of small intestine. He couldn't eat. Even if he eats, he passes it out like that. What he has been depending on is TPN, and it costs 69,000 naira for one, and it takes 2 in every 2 days. How do you expect me to get 138,000 naira every 2 days, every 3 days, to be able to sustain this way? That's why I'm begging Nigerians. I'm calling on the governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu, to please help me. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ ní sìnkú ọmọ, ẹ ní gbọ́mọsìn, ẹ ní gbọ́mọsìn lóye. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ ṣàánú Debola, ẹ bá mi dá sọ̀rọ̀ yìí. And even the lasting solution is, according to what we have researched, that it's intestinal transplants. And we don't even have much information about it, but we know that according to what we heard, that it cannot be done in Africa or Nigeria. It's abroad. So that's why I'm calling Governor Sanwo-Olu to please help me save Adebola. Don't let Adebola die. Baba wa ni, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ ṣàánú mi, ẹ ṣàánú mi.
Olo lo bali susu, hallelujah, lo bali susu, hallelujah.